Oh, we're discussing terms of service. To be fair, I don't know if the cadaver video would be against terms of service or not. I have no idea. I just don't want to watch it this week because I don't know, and I'll look into it and we'll watch it next time we stream. Okay, so around a third of hormonal contraceptive users say that they've had gaps in their pregnancy prevention because they were unable to get their prescription refilled or that they self-continued it due to access issues. I think that that's probably a vast underestimate for the amount of people who actually have had that happen, but that's what this publication says. And the concerns that people have often when I talk about this, about risks, are reasonable. I think it's completely normal for somebody to, think, I don't know, maybe that doesn't sound safe or whatever. And that's because we've been told it wasn't safe for a long time. But you have to also think about the makeup of the very old birth control pills had way higher doses. Even what we consider high dose now is a very low dose compared to old birth control pills. And who was making those decisions? Don't forget, it is people less capable of making those decisions than the people in charge who are making decisions now. And look how far we've gotten with that, okay? So, well-meaning concerns, but not rooted in science. The concerns for over-the-counter birth control really kind of rely on an assumption that a patient can't self-screen, but we know that that's not true in the data. We have consistently shown that patients can self-screen their safety of a hormonal contraceptive for themselves, sometimes better than their healthcare provider, but always as well. And even if we just completely ignored that data, progesterone-only pills have very few contraindications as it is. So I think that you are hard-pressed to have a scientific argument against that, especially given the safety profile of hormonal contraceptives versus things like Tylenol or ibuprofen. Not to mention the fact that for every single risk of a combined hormonal contraceptive that you see when you look at it, so blood clots and, blood clots is the main risk, stroke, things like this, all of those things are like 5 to 10 times higher in pregnancy. It's completely silly to think that you wouldn't see an improvement in the general health of people if they could access this, given the data that we have. If you improve contraceptive access, you decrease unintended pregnancy. If you decrease unintended pregnancy, there are so many benefits to that: psychological, sociological, ecological, economic, medical, monetary, less abortion. I mean, there is no argument against this that is not rooted in either not understanding the data or feeling like you have to have control over the population. The old things, people also say like nobody will get their pap smears. I take issue with that as well because, one, it's not true. The data indicates otherwise. And two, okay, that's not how we do medicine, right? I don't hold your safe medications hostage because you won't get a pap smear. I have to tell you that it's important to get smears and that it's important for your health and preventing cancer and all of these things. But like, I don't hold your birth control hostage over that. That's a wild thing to think is okay. Like, what if I told you I'm going to hold your blood pressure medicine hostage because you didn't come and let me check and see if you have diabetes? Like, that's wild. And I think that that's not a very good thing to use just from that standpoint. But also we know that it's not actually true. And it's largely unsupported by the evidence that we have available.